Here's the next lot of solar stuff arriving. Mentioned in a previous video about language confusion with Indonesian and English. In Indonesian, this thing runs on solar because solar is what they call diesel, so it all gets very confusing. That's the first lot off the truck. They've just dashed off to grab another load. And here comes the second load. Oh. Cornering rapidly was not a bright idea, isn't it? So this load will be the solar panels in the 5 boxes, because there'll be 20 of those, 4-door box, and the big one will be the panel that goes on the wall. Last case. This will have the wall panel with the various MCB boxes with switches and breakers. And the inverters in those boxes will get mounted on it. That's probably the last of it. I guess I'll find out shortly. This morning Azra and I went through some more troubleshooting with this thing, and we don't know what's wrong. Just the interlock is locking us out. So put in a call to Indotara and they'll have a technician here in 2 or 3 days apparently. Hopefully that doesn't cost too much. But yeah, well tomorrow ASEP and the Solar Power Indonesia team are due to turn up, and he was going to coordinate with the genset people so they would be delivering that while his team was here. So we want this for handling the genset, so don't know how it's going to work out, but hopefully the Indotara guy is 2 days rather than 3, and the genset is towards the end of this exercise. Otherwise, yeah, we might have to handle an 800 kilogram genset without this thing, which will involve a lot of people. To prepare for ASEP's team being here, I knew we were going to need the water working, so we have my T-connector and elbow pipe up to there now, so that's all good. This works as planned. It runs for a while before it shuts off, rather than going zzz click, zzz click, zzz click. Works as designed, which is good. So I've filled up the tank at this end, but then it overflowed the tank at this end with water everywhere. This is only a small sample. So I point that problem out to Azra, and what we've done is we've changed the position of 3 of those valves. The one feeding to the tank, the one feeding from the tank have both been turned off, and the one feeding from the pressure pump directly to the bathroom has been turned on. So that would mean we have water pressure all the time that the pump is turned on. The way this is set up, with that timer there, the thing would normally run from 6 AM to 6 PM and then shut off. But if ASEP's team are going to be staying here, which is a possibility in the shed, they'll want water after 6 PM as well. So tomorrow I'll turn that switch on. That bypasses the timer and just says, okay, power that, and the UV thing, and then once this is counted down, it turns on the contactor to run the pump. So all good. And our levels, because of the stuff pouring out of the tank at the far end, have gone down from about there to there. So we've probably lost almost 1,000 litres. But that's okay, we've still got, what's that, 29,000, close to 30,000. So yeah, I think we'll get by till the next rain. And speaking of rain, the spouting for the south side of the house has been continued out the back. So hopefully we're going to reduce the amount of water that splashes at that door, because that wooden door behind the security door there is going a bit mouldy. And while I was quite content to leave the end fences at the original height, turns out Jabida wasn't. She decided they needed to be the same height as the front fence. So, oh well, there we go. And of course she's going to complain now that there's room at the bottom for cats to go underneath. Well, things are on the move. Asset from Solar Power Indonesia is here with his team, ready to do the installation of the solar panels on the roof, and obviously the compact track loader is working again. Jabida told me it was something all about oil levels, so okay, that's fixed apparently. And I need to go and check that ladder because I think that's not quite stable as it should be. Well, the genset's turned up. These guys are figuring out how they're going to do it now. Hopefully they break my genset. Just grab some straps. Well, currently I'm scared shitless. I've offered them straps to try and strap that thing back to the forks so it doesn't just tip off or anything. Yeah, well, we got some ratchet straps around it now, that'll help. Because it was a bit tippy. Have to give them help there to get ratchet straps undone. Perhaps. I know, I'll figure that out. That's good. So now we have to swap ends with the machine. So the monitor is at this end. So we're going to turn around. Well, they got it halfway turned around. The machine was useful for getting it there, as you can see by the the marks on the ground.
Potong bayo patan yuk, geser. Besok ulur roll sih.
I think my feet are now getting sunburnt. I gotta find a better place to stand. Stand on my feet in the shade of the truck. That's looking like progress. Okay, so now we're just going to get the rollers from under it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Kasih balok mas, nanti tidak buat bantalan kan?
Oh, bawahnya kasih belok.
Bawahnya dulu kasih balok dulu.
Iya, mau kayak harusnya.
Udah langsung ke ya.
Belok.
Nanti kan
Ini.
ke bawah.
Oh gitu ya ya.
Ya sih pas
I think we're talking about sound isolation or vibration isolation. Maybe.
Apa?
Or maybe they're talking about bolting it down. I don't know.
Oh, yang kerangkeng. Kerangkeng kurung. Struktural gitu. Ada bonus itu mau balok mah? Ya. Tinggal aja. Oke. Sip.
Agak ke pajaknya.
Nah sana agak pasti lubang pak.
Udah. Maksudnya lubangnya biar
Oh iya.
Ini kan masuk gitu. Terus tinggal
Buat titik nabol.
That's fairly good progress for the first day. They got the rails up, and the H panel's about to go up. There's the big panels, 565 watts, and there's 20 of them. I'll let you do the sums for how many kilowatts total we have. Okay, 11.3 kilowatts. And I've actually been watching this from my lounge room because that camera over there is looking in that direction. That's a pretty good view. So I'll probably call it a night after this because it's after 5. Sounds like somebody's opening another box inside. And so the 8th one is up. Well, I was wrong, as is frequently the case in Bakung. The case that was being opened inside by ASAP was another case of panels. Hello. It's granddaughter Aura. I have hopes of teaching her English. Hello. 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 that's a word a lot of the kids around here know. And I see ASIP's inside getting another panel out. So it looks like we have a yeah, okay, there's not too difficult. Looking at how many there are going to be in that row, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on that row already. So we're going to have uneven rows by the look of it. He's doing the count now. I'll stop the camera for a while and we'll see what happens. Okay, so they got the same count as me, that being 10. So that's a complete row. And selfie time up there. This will be ASAP bringing out an empty crate. I'll make more room in there for them tonight. Our H&S rules go by the wayside as usual. There's nothing preventing those guys taking a header off the roof when they lean over the side to grab the... Okay, just looking to get the alignment right. And when we finally get Google Earth satellite photos updated to include all this, it'll be a little solar oasis. Whoa. be time for me to go and get a laser for them to use to line things up. Calling it a day at 12. So I'll get the rest of the panels up there tomorrow, I expect. Then they can start on the, the complicated part that takes the time. Asep and his team are obviously not here to muck about. It's not yet 9 o'clock and there's only one panel to go. Then they've got to penetrate the roof, I guess, and join them all up to something below. But that way at least they'll be out of the sun. One problem that cropped up is that the pump isn't working. So the other night they had no water in the shed. So since then, well, in the morning we changed the taps around on the tank. So now the tank is full and is supplying the bathroom, or was full. So now I need to look at why this pump is not working. So what I'm going to do is take the top off that little junction box down there and stick a multimeter in to see whether there's actually power getting to the pump. Well, I probed the connections in the junction box down there and there was nothing. So then I checked the output of the contactor and there was nothing. So then I checked the input of the contactor. Ooh, nothing. So that means this guy must be dead. I have more of those, so I'll go and get a replacement. Replacing that countdown relay is resolved the issue. Got a couple more spares of those in case they fail again. While I was sorting at that pump, they got that final panel up there. So now they're in cleanup phase. And I can see Asep's inside moving around boxes again. Or boxes from inside boxes. Yeah, we still should get to that light sometime and drain the water out of the fitting, out of the diesel. But yeah, it's looking like a solar array. Right, well, I'll go and upload some video.